What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Chill the Heck Out with Ava.
Mostly unedited and mostly unashamed.
You're welcome.
Dr. Pepper time. This is what I would look like if I was in a Dr. Pepper commercial. There's a reason I've never been hired to do a Dr. Pepper commercial. So today, we're going to be reading r/am I the asshole? And I was gonna do it live until the universe hated me. Whatever. Let's go to Reddit. I am gonna go to new. Hopefully, some of the older ones were kind of lame, so hopefully the new ones will actually be interesting. Okay. Here we go. That's a drum roll. Am I the asshole for getting a kid kicked out of the debate team? Okay, this one might be good. Oh, no. We have a family member left out of a wedding. Screw the last one. Am I the asshole for not inviting... Shoot, I probably keep bumping this microphone. Okay. Keep my hands over here. My nose is itchy. Get over it. Am I the asshole for not inviting my future brother-in-law and sister-in-law's son to our wedding? Probably. I, male 28, am words. I am getting married to my partner, 30 female. My partner has 3 siblings. One of these siblings has a 3-year-old. Okay. 3-year-olds. For having a kid-free wedding, I mean, nobody's kids should be coming, but are other people's kids coming? He's the only child of the immediate family. My partner and I have decided to have a child-free wedding, there you go, and have communicated this to all guests, some of whom have children of their own. Well, duh. Why else would you be communicating that to them? Which has been wholly accepted. Of course, most parents are not going to oppose a night out by themselves. Out of respect for my future brother-in-law and sister-in-law, we offered for their child to attend the ceremony and perform a small role. We then requested that the child not attend the reception. That's based, okay? People are drinking and crazy at wedding receptions. You don't need a 3-year-old child at a wedding reception. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because I don't have kids, but I'm pretty sure it's just... No, that's the right decision. The brother-in-law and sister-in-law are staying at... hold on. At accommodation on site. Weird. Okay, weirdly worded. The brother-in-law and sister-in-law are staying at accommodation on site, and the wedding venue has offered a babysitting service. Okay, so there's no excuse, dude. You guys are just pissed off for no reason. The brother-in-law and sister-in-law have taken this extremely personally. You don't want my 3-year-old at your drink fest? Oh my god. So personal. And have refused to have a babysitter. Oh, okay, well, stay home. We have been deliberately excluded from the sister-in-law's and the son's birthday celebration. You, a grown adult, actually said, you're not invited to my birthday party. That's great. Well, if my son can't come to your wedding reception, then you're not coming to my birthday that I'm having. That's gonna be super cool because there's gonna be a clown and silly string. Yeah, okay. Is your sister-in-law 7 years old? We're not invited to anything, blanketed at every family event, and our attempts to reach out to them have been completely ignored. Sounds good. I wouldn't want them to talk to me either. We then met them 5 months after we communicated our decision, and were yelled at, holy crap, and abused for half an hour, and were threatened with repercussions. Whoa. I am now considering uninviting them completely from the wedding. Yes, that is the correct course of action. What? Okay, let's consult the comments, everybody, because this person, to me, I don't know what anybody else thinks, but is absolutely not the asshole. These people sound outlandish, and I can't... Who would want to deal with them? Yes, uninvite them to your wedding. Only 2 opinions, since this is a newer post. Not the asshole. Now you won't have 3-year-olds at your wedding. The whole families, they're the brother and the sister-in-law and their kid are all 3-year-olds. At least they're acting like it. The actual 3-year-old is probably like, I don't want to be at a wedding reception. Next comment, not the asshole. Child-free weddings aren't uncommon. You've given them plenty of notice and options for childcare, and even offered the child a role in your wedding. Yeah, I think that's honestly going above and beyond. Like, they're even offering for the child to be in the wedding. And there's babysitting services provided. Your brother and sister-in-law are smoking crack. Like, what? Their reactions are inappropriate. Yes, they are. I also don't think that you would be the asshole if you uninvited them. True. Totally agree with this person. Though perhaps I would try communicating with them about their behavior before you do. I think that flew out the window when they were still screaming at you 5 months later. But, also, they're apparently giving him the silent treatment, so I don't know how communicating with them is gonna go. But if someone pulled this crap with me, like, I'm throwing a party for adults. This is a wedding. This isn't Chuck E. Cheese's. People are gonna be drinking. People are gonna be dancing. Inappropriate stuff is probably gonna be happening. I'm sorry, no, your 3-year-old can't come. Bite me. Glad we all agree on that. Moving on. Yeah, man. Am I the asshole for being pissed at my parents? That's pretty vague. Okay, this is gonna be good. Am I the asshole because I'm still annoyed at my dad because of Star Wars 6 years later? Oh my god. Okay. To explain, this isn't a thing that I have been actively upset about. It was something I was pretty much over, but a discussion reignited my annoyance. Basically, I'm not a Star Wars fan at all. Good for you. We're all so happy. Do you want a cake? My dad is, though. And 6 years ago, he got IMAX tickets to Rogue One. And the day Rogue One. I think they mean on the day. Oh, hold on. No, I'm just illiterate. Sorry, everybody. He got IMAX tickets to Rogue One the day of my Japanese class semester final in my sophomore year. I told him at the time I wanted to skip the movie because the final was really important to my grade. Yes, why would you ever go to the movies instead of doing a school final? But what? Okay. Oh my god. He kind of started guilting me and saying how expensive the tickets were. Bro, they were like $30 max. Also, maybe before you buy somebody a ticket to something, ask them if they actually want to go. That's usually also, if you're a fan of something and your family member's not, maybe don't act like you're doing something nice for them by buying them a ticket for something you want to see. The tickets were so expensive, and how important family time was during the holidays. Okay, your dad's just stupid. I kept mentioning I didn't want to go, but the day came and he woke everyone up early for the script. What time are you going to the movies? The hell? He woke everybody up early for the screening, and I was forced into the car to go. What, did they freaking drag you out? I had an abysmal time at the movie because I was kidnapped, and my grade in my class dropped almost by a whole letter. Holy crap. What is this situation? I was really, really pissed, understandable, and bitter about this at the time, but it never really got brought up again until last week. Okay, so here's the thing. You're not mad at your dad because of Star Wars. You're mad at your dad because he kidnapped you and dragged you to a Star Wars movie when you were supposed to be having a final for school. I've never heard anyone undercut their story so much with the title, but I would have been on your side from the beginning, dude. Like, you're not mad at him because of Star Wars. And we go on, blah, blah, blah. My grade dropped by a whole letter. I was really, really pissed and bitter, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it didn't come up again until last week. I was talking to my dad, and we got on the subject of how we don't enjoy modern Star Wars. You never enjoyed it. Why does your dad only talk about Star Wars? I said, you kind of helped me form a personal grudge against Rogue One as a bit of a lighthearted jab. yeah, I would have literally punched someone in the face if they had kidnapped me and taken me to a movie I didn't want to see. So, no, I exited it. Hold on, I might edit this part out. I'm gonna freak out. Hold on a second. Asked. Oh my god, I'm so upset. Oh, it switched back to top. Are you kidding me? Blah, 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 blah. Jeez, I found it. Okay, thank God. The day is saved. Everybody calm down. Blah, 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 blah. He made me have a bit of a grudge. I said it as a bit of a lighthearted jab at the franchise. For some reason, this really set my dad off. This guy is a member of the Jedi Church, 100%. And he started asking me why I didn't like the only good modern Star Wars movie. Maybe because they were held captive into watching it? Keep in mind, he already knows I don't like the franchise. Yeah, your dad doesn't care about you. He doesn't give a fuck, bro. So I asked him if he remembered what he did in 2016 when the movie came out. After I explained it, I said, but you know, I'm over it now. You know you're not. You shouldn't be, actually. Still kind of sucks it happened, though. Understatements. He then said, I do the same thing now. That movie was great. Your dad is insane. Run. Go to the police. Go to the nearest police station. Find a firefighter. Get help. Get help. Find a nun. Somebody to help you, because this is crazy. Your dad is nuts. I was admittedly a little shocked at this. We all are. I explained how it really hurt at the time, especially because it dropped my grade. Yeah, see, to which my dad said, that's not my problem, but it is your fault. Do you care about that? If you were already doing bad in the class, that was your own fault. Holy mother of God. Oh, freaking, this post goes on. It's still going. I got really pissed. Finally. Jeez. I got really pissed after this. Mainly because he knew and knows how important my foreign language education was/is to me. As it should be! Why do you keep saying things that are just like, duh? And that he himself is an educator of over 10 years. My eye is never going to stop twitching after reading this post. I didn't express it outwardly, aside from telling him that choosing this as a hill to die on just because you can't admit you might have done a shitty thing is really immature. We haven't really talked in a few days, and part of me feels like it's because of what I said. Probably. And that's not your fault. But I feel justified, because you are. Am I the asshole for calling him immature? No. Your dad actually needs help. Like, this is very concerning that he made you miss school. TLDR, am I the asshole for calling my dad immature, since he refuses to acknowledge that making me miss an important final from when I was in high school to go see Rogue One was a dick move? All of that was so freaking inappropriate. I thought this post was so long that I thought at some point it would get better, but it didn't get better. It just kept getting worse. Not the asshole. You had tried to politely discuss your feelings. He kept dismissing you. Okay, maybe I'm not like other people, but I'm not seeing the words, I'm being dragged to the movies against my will and pushed into a vehicle against my will. And a polite discussion. Like, no, these things don't overlap at all. Like, no, I'm sorry. Do you want to get thrown into the bushes? Because try to force me into a car and that's what's going to happen to you. Why is everyone trying to be nice? Don't be nice to people kidnapping you, you guys. That's the last thing I thought I would have to say. Next comment. Not the asshole. Duh, everyone's sane here. Your dad will never admit it as long as he lives, so there's no point in arguing with him. Yeah, seriously. He'd rather live in his fantasy world than admit that he should have done better by you because of his ego. He's the dad and you'll always be the kid who he can tell what to do and how high to jump. This is why a lot of kids don't go back home to visit very often and the parents wonder why. No, I'm sure a extremely unhealthy obsession with Star Wars is not the reason that most kids don't go home. They may have problems with their parents, But this is like, um, everybody needs counseling. Okay, this is what goes on in your household. I'm so sorry. Holy crap. Next, because that was disturbing as hell. Should we go back to the pissed at parents one? I don't know. I'm kind of over that. Am I that still? Uh-oh. Am I the asshole for sticking to our wedding date? Let's see. I'll be the judge of that. If this post would open. No. Am I the asshole for sticking to our wedding date? In April, my fiance proposed to me after having received the blessing from my 16-year-old son and his 16-year-old daughter. Oh, that's really nice to involve them. That's super cool. I hate when parents just completely disregard the fact that they have kids and they're like, hey, this person's moving in with us, so deal with it. Together, we all chose next year in June to be married. The two kids were to be our maid of honor and best man. That's so freaking sweet. Okay, where is this going? How is this going to go in a bad direction? And they were ecstatic. We set the date, secured deposits to multiple vendors, sent out save the date cards because it's a destination wedding. Oh my gosh. Don't do that to your friends and family. Everything done and paid for. Yeah, I mean, right there. No, you're not an asshole for sticking to the date. That's no. The plan was that we'd reside in my home as my son solely has me to attend to his school for junior and senior years, whereas his daughter's mom lives around the corner from his house with her husband. Okay, so she could still attend her school she grew up in. That's kind of made sense. To secure that, we decided we'd just keep his home as a rental for family just in case her mom chose to move. We agreed it was important for her to graduate at her school, and my home is only 15 minutes away, just in another school district. Okay, cool. I spent the summer emptying out my spare room, leaving it empty for her to make it her room with whatever she wanted. New bedroom set, whatever. Okay. So what's the problem? Currently, his daughter comes home maybe 2 to 3 nights a week to be at his house. At almost 17, he really gives her the choice of where she wants to be, and many times she will just choose to stay with mom. These parents are on point. My son doesn't have those choices, as I am his sole parent and sole residence. We are now just under 10 months until the wedding, and his daughter has decided that she will not stay at my house and wants to keep his house as her home until she graduates. Okay. When asked how we were to get married in June if she stays in the house for a whole additional year, her response was, Dad can live with you, but I am staying here till I graduate.
Oh, you mean Belleport?
How are we supposed to get married in June and then she lives at her house? This isn't rocket science. She told Dad he is not permitted to move her, sell the house, or rent it out. Okay, well, have you ever heard of the word no? There you go. Problem solved. It's her house, and she's staying there. Alright, so now my fiance has said that because she has decided this, we should postpone the wedding until after she graduates. No. 16-year-old's not going to run my life. I don't know about anybody else. My son is not feeling like we are... Wait, hold on. My son is now feeling like we are not important and that she is ruining what could be our family. I am feeling like our relationship for almost 4 years... I don't think that makes sense. Oh, hold on. I am feeling like our relationship for almost 4 years and the plans we had established with everyone involved is being thrown away for a teenager's whim and declaration who doesn't actively ever want to stay at his house, but now all of a sudden is declaring this. Yes, somebody needs to throw this chick in a trash can. Why are you putting up with this? The plans and promises made amongst all are now just tossed away because she decided this and no further discussion is to take place. My fiance said my son and I can move into his house, but since I have my son 24/7 and no ex-parent to help, it becomes a major strain as this is his sole primary residence. Whereas for his daughter, she has primary residence with mom and comes to his house just the 2 to 3 nights a week. The alternative was to postpone the wedding. I don't understand that part though. I really don't understand why she can't live in that house.
I don't know what to tell you.
Like, even if you get, let's say we're just gonna bend to this child's will, like she's the freaking queen of the world. I don't understand why the wedding can't go through. Are you not allowed to be married and live in two different places? Like, I realize that's not traditional and it's a little bit weird, but I don't know why this has any bearing on the wedding. I cannot move my son to his house for his daughter for 2 to 3 nights a week, depending on her mood, and to postpone the wedding after all the agreed plans and now last minute change because of what she has now decided doesn't feel right in my gut. It's because it's not right. So am I the asshole for breaking off our engagement and not getting married? No. No. Oh my gosh. No. That you don't okay. It's really good at the beginning that I was like, yes, both parents have asked both of their kids. These kids are both older, but they're still subject to living in their parents' houses, and the fact that they asked their permission in the wedding and asked them to be the best man and they made him honor, that's awesome. That's great. It looks like this chick got some idea in her head that she just runs everything and can boss everybody around and decide things on a whim. And no, that's a huge red flag. I don't know how you got to the point of getting married and not realizing that his daughter was a witch in the first place, but whatever, here we are. Um, yes, you should call it off. No, you're not the asshole. Not the asshole, that's crazy. She can either live with her father and you, or with her mom. She seems like an entitled young teen. Your future husband needs to put his big boy pants on. Yes. Grow up. Not the asshole. You just found out who he puts first and it's not you. Okay. I mean, that's his child. And you're coming in the picture after. So I don't know about that. But it'll always be his daughter. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think that's incorrect, actually. Consider yourself fortunate to have found out before you said I do. Sorry, but you probably dodged a bullet. Cancel everything. Okay, I think this person's a little bit extreme. Ooh, some controversy. Different perspective, but hear me out. Is it possible that the four of you meet for a family meeting to plan and negotiate things out? Blended families are very difficult to manage successfully, especially when the children are teenagers. Although I don't think that the kids should be dictating the trajectory of your life, this looks like a battle of whose child becomes most favored. No, it doesn't. She's being completely entitled. What do you think of the idea of proposing the postponement of the wedding 1 year in order for your future stepdaughter to feel settled? No, because everything's already paid for. That's the whole point. Ask her if this will alleviate her worries. Why would that alleviate her worries? If so, then she will happily support the move. It's possible that this will facilitate a lifetime of family harmony. If you get the sense in this meeting that this isn't the issue, then you may want to break it up. No. I'm sorry. What else? Like, it sounds like the 16-year-old's just trying to start shit because they obviously all sat down. We're like, yes, we agree. We're gonna do this in June or whatever they said, and then all of a sudden the 16-year-old's like, actually, you can postpone it because I just feel like staying at this house a little longer. I bet something happened. Because if something went down between this stepmom to be and the 16-year-old, because it sounds like she's trying to sabotage stuff, is what it sounds like to me. Okay, OP answered this. We have been together almost 4 years. We've discussed this on many occasions. He has had us blending on hold because he wanted her to be 16. That doesn't make any sense. Be more independent and have a job. Get her driver's license. I don't understand why moving into a new house would hinder any of that. I've heard reasons for a while now. It's this one after the arrangements. Oh, hold on. I've heard reasons for a while now. It's this one after the arrangements were well discussed. Don't know what you meant by that sentence, but okay. This came out of nowhere now. Yeah, okay, yes. This came out of nowhere. So this 16-year-old's trying to start shit. And no, you're not the asshole. Maybe calling off the whole thing is a bit much, but if you're not getting through to these people and you just dropped a bunch of money on a wedding venue, and now this 16-year-old has a stick up her ass and thinks that she can control everybody, no. I'm sorry, yeah, that wedding's getting canceled for sure. No, thank you. Okay. I think we can do like one more. Oh boy. Am I the asshole for being angry that one of my ex friends is spreading my personal issues around? No. Man. Why do people ask things sometimes? Okay. For context, I, female 22, used to be friends with this girl, female 21. We can call her Apple. During our friendship, I confided with Apple about some of my personal issues that took me quite the courage to open up about. We haven't spoken in months. We drifted and aren't friends anymore. During the time we haven't spoken, I have not spoken a word about her at all. However, one of my friends recently told me that she's been going around and telling others about my personal issues and has been saying that I made it all up for attention. She called me sick and that I have severe mental health problems. I don't know how to feel and I don't know what to do to solve it. I don't want my personal issues being spread around, let alone people thinking I made it up for attention. Am I the asshole for feeling angry and wanting to take action? Or should I just leave it alone? Okay, you're never the asshole for feeling angry. Your feelings are what they are. You should be angry because this girl sounds like a total bitch. Third of all, there's nothing that you can do that's going to make the situation better. So, while I would love to suggest some kind of action that could be taken, leave it alone. People are going to forget about that. And who cares if they think that you're lying about your problems? Screw them. It took a lot for you to open up about whatever you opened up about. And if people are spreading that around and saying you made it up, don't be friends with those people. Don't interact with those people. And don't interact with people who will interact with those people because that's bullshit. And that's where I'm going to end it today. So thank you so much for chilling the heck out with me. I had a blast, and I hope you did too. And I will see you next time.